I had barely transmigrated into this book when the butler, flanked by 2 bodyguards, stood there glaring down at me. "Sir," the young miss said, "if you dare try to run away again, she'd have me snap both your legs in half. You better watch your step." "Who told you to cross?" the young miss. With that, he slammed a bowl of leftover slop down in front of me. "This is your food for today. If you dare knock it over again, for the next 3 days, you can just starve." After saying that, the butler turned to leave with his 2 meatheads. I let out a cold sneer. "What?" The butler spun around, completely baffled. I immediately slapped him right across the face, then drove my knee ruthlessly into his gut. The butler's face twisted in agony. He hunched over and dropped to his knees with a heavy thud. I grabbed him by the hair and violently slammed his head into the wall. "Motherfucker, you're just an old dog, and you dare bark at your master? I'll fucking end you today." Blood poured down the butler's battered head as he frantically screamed, "Ah! What the hell are you standing around for? Beat the living shit out of this trash. As long as he doesn't die, I'll take the fall if he gets crippled. Get him." The 2 bodyguards finally snapped out of it, and both lunged straight at me. "Hey!" I threw a straight punch right into the first guy's face. Blood immediately gushed from his nose as he saw stars. The other meathead caught a brutal kick to the gut from me, sending him flying backward. Bang! He crashed hard into the basement floor. With a massive crunch, the heavy door completely collapsed. The maids who came running at the noise were absolutely stunned. Was this really that same pathetic, spineless live-in son-in-law? "Oh my god, the mister is having an episode. Don't go near him. He's mentally ill. If he beats us to death, he won't even go to jail for it." "Ah, he's been locked in solitary for 3 days without his meds. No wonder he's got so much insane strength right now. When crazy people snap, even 5 or 6 people can't hold them down." Hearing the servants gossiping, I finally confirmed that I had indeed transmigrated into that trashy soap opera I just watched. And I was the pathetic, loser male side character? The female lead of this book was named Liu Ruyan, and the Liu family had a genetic curse. Every woman in their bloodline was born with an extreme young physique, meaning they wouldn't live past the age of 25. The only way to survive was to unite with a man possessing an extreme young physique. But old Master Liu had searched all of High City, and couldn't find a single person with this condition. That was, until one specific incident. Liu Ruyan accidentally drove her car into a river and nearly drowned. It was the original owner of this body who risked his life, smashing the car window and pulling the unconscious Liu Ruyan to shore. It was exactly during this rescue that the original host became totally mesmerized by her breathtaking beauty. To thank him for saving his granddaughter's life, old Master Liu personally paid him a visit. To his absolute shock, he discovered that the original host actually possessed the incredibly rare extreme young physique. He immediately proposed a marriage between the 2 families. The original host was already so desperately lovesick over Liu Ruyan that he agreed without a second thought. And to make sure nothing ruined this marriage, old Master Liu forcibly sent Liu Ruyan's childhood sweetheart, Ito Makoto, off to another country. Over the past 3 years since marrying into the Liu family, Ito Makoto had become Liu Ruyan's greatest regret, the unforgettable first love she just couldn't let go of. Liu Ruyan didn't believe a single word about this extreme yin physique bullshit, or the ancestral curse of dying before 25. She took all her bitter resentment over her lover being sent abroad and vented it entirely on the original host. No matter how pathetically he groveled to please her, or how he made her a loving breakfast every single day, and carefully picked out endless gifts, all he got in return was cruel mockery and cold, emotional abuse. For 3 whole years, they were husband and wife in name only. They never even touched each other. Because of this, the original host developed severe depression, self-harm tendencies, and intermittent explosive disorder. He'd been heavily medicated this whole time. 3 years later, Liu Ruyan was about to celebrate her 25th birthday. With old Master Liu severely ill, she had completely taken over the reins of the Liu family. The very first thing she did was arrange for her childhood sweetheart, Makoto Ito, to return from abroad. And on the exact same day he came back, Liu Ruyan moved him right into the marital home she shared with the original owner of this body. The original owner completely lost his mind and screamed at her. "Liu Ruyan, it's his very first day back, and you're moving your precious first love into our house? Am I dead to you?" Makoto Ito immediately put on a pathetic, victimized face and sighed. "Ruyan, it looks like Mr. G really doesn't want me here. Please, don't fight over me. Maybe it's best if I just leave." He turned to walk away, but Liu Ruyan grabbed his arm. She glared back at the original owner, her face full of absolute disgust. "Ji Boda, you're nothing but a live-in son-in-law to the Liu family. This is my house. I'll let whoever I want stay here. You have absolutely zero right to tell me what to do. If you can't handle it, pack your bags and get the hell out." Stop being an eyesore to Makoto. The original owner couldn't stomach the sheer humiliation. He stormed out of the Liu estate that very same day. But Makoto Ito still wouldn't let him off the hook. Using the excuse of test driving Liu Ruyan's new sports car, he chased after him, slammed the gas pedal, and sent the original owner flying through the air. It was a sheer miracle he landed in an ornamental koi pond, which ended up saving his life. He was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. Yet, Liu Ruyan showed up with a settlement agreement, forcing him to sign it. With bloodshot eyes, he stared dead at Liu Ruyan. "Liu Ruyan, you're my wife. Are you blind? Makoto hit me on purpose, and now you want me to just forgive him?" Liu Ruyan's face instantly went ice cold. "Ji Boda, don't you think I know whether Makoto hit you on purpose or not? He just hasn't driven a sports car in a while and got nervous. If you hadn't purposely walked right in the middle of the road, how could he have possibly hit you? You know what, I bet you did this on purpose just to frame him. I never realized you could be so damn toxic, Ji Boda. Let me make this clear. Are you going to sign this or not? The only reason your pathetic family survived these past few years is because of our money. Don't force me to destroy the Ji family." Right at that moment, the original owner's father called. The second he answered, his dad started screaming and cursing at him, ultimately threatening to disown him to force his hand. The moment he signed those papers, the original owner suffered a severe manic breakdown. He completely lost it, smashing everything in the hospital room to pieces. After a psychiatric evaluation, the doctors confirmed he was showing severe signs of schizophrenia. Liu Ruyan was actually considering locking him up in an asylum, but when old Master Liu found out, he was so furious he nearly had a heart attack. He gave her a final warning: if she dared to commit Ji Boda to a psych ward, he would rewrite his will and donate every single cent of the Liu family fortune to charity, leaving her absolutely nothing. Only then did Liu Ruyan's attitude soften. She had to swallow her pride and endlessly coax the original owner until he calmed down, finally bringing him back home. But did you really think Makoto Ito was going to just let it go? Barely 2 days later, he threw himself down the stairs and framed the original owner for it. Seeing Makoto bleeding from the head, Liu Ruyan's heart shattered into a million pieces. She glared at the original owner, her eyes burning with pure rage. "Beat him. I want him to pay back 100 times the pain he caused Makoto." No matter how much the original owner pleaded and explained, it was completely useless. The bodyguards pinned him to the floor and viciously beat him to a bloody pulp, leaving him barely clinging to life. They dragged his half-dead body into the basement and locked him in solitary confinement for 3 days and 3 nights. That is, until I transmigrated into this body. And right now, I was mercilessly slapping the living daylights out of the old butler's face. Hearing the maid's warnings, the old butler was finally paralyzed with fear. After all, I was now an officially diagnosed psychopath. Even if I beat him to death, his death would mean absolutely nothing. He wailed in pain, begging like a madman. "Sir, I know I was wrong." A cold smirk crept across my face. Just as I thought, in this female-centric world, you still need to rely on your fists to solve problems. This body hadn't eaten for 3 days. After all that exertion, a wave of severe dizziness hit me. Smack. I slapped him hard across the face again. "Since you know you were wrong, what are you waiting for? Go get me something to eat. If you ever dare disrespect me again, I won't be this forgiving next time." Overjoyed, the old butler scrambled to shout at the maids who were just standing around watching the show. "What the hell are you all staring at? Hurry up and get some food ready for sir. Are you trying to starve him to death? What kind of twisted intentions do you have? How can you treat him like this?" The butler hurriedly led them away to prepare the food. I went upstairs, took a shower, and changed into the original owner's absolute best custom-tailored suit. I checked my phone. It was completely flooded with provocative videos sent by Ito Makoto. There were videos of him and Liu Ruyan dining together at a romantic couple's restaurant, and of the two of them at a bar, drinking from intertwined arms while a crowd cheered them on. There was even one of them watching the sunrise shoulder to shoulder. The absolute newest post was a picture of a $10 million, top-of-the-line sports car that Liu Ruyan had bought just for him. In the video, Ito Makoto's eyes were full of arrogant provocation. "Ji Boda, you're nothing but a live-in son-in-law to the Liu family. You're just a dog. Sister Ruyan has never bought you a single gift, has she? If you know what's good for you, you'd better divorce her, and fast. Otherwise, I've got plenty of ways to make you suffer." I just texted back one simple line. "You dumb dog, who the fuck do you think you're showing off to?" Then, I decisively saved all the videos. I checked my bank account balance next, only to find a pathetic $2.50 left in it. I instantly flew into a raging fury. Storming furiously into the security room, I downloaded the surveillance footage that proved Ito Makoto was framing me, as well as the footage of Liu Ruyan abusing me. Then, I went and grabbed the only keepsake Liu Ruyan's mother had left her, an imperial green, glass-grade jade bangle. I even took a moment to print out an agreement severing all ties with the Ji family. First, I sent the video of Ito Makoto's new sports car, along with a picture of the jade bangle, straight to Liu Ruyan. Liu Ruyan, you actually bought your fucking side piece a $10 million luxury car? You have exactly 30 minutes to wire me 20 million, otherwise, you can come collect the shattered pieces of your precious bangle. After sending the message, I swaggered over to the dining table to finally get some food. At that moment, Liu Ruyan was actually overseas on business. Less than a minute after the message went through, her phone calls started coming in like crazy. I ruthlessly rejected every single one. She called 99 times in a row, and I ignored them all. With no other choice, she dialed the butler's number. The bruised and battered butler stood awkwardly to the side, nodding and bowing into the phone as cold sweat poured endlessly down his forehead. Miss, it's not that I won't stop him. It's just, neither the bodyguards nor I, none of us can beat him in a fight. I don't know what to do. I waved the butler over and snatched the phone from him. My, CEO Liu, what a massive temper you have. Hearing my voice on the other end of the line, her voice instantly spiked with rage. Ji Boda, if you so much as lay a finger on that bangle, I will kill you. I took a slow sip of my nutritious porridge, completely unfazed, and replied in a flat tone. Sure thing, Liu Ruyan, if you think you've got what it takes, then bring it on. But let me just remind you of one little detail. You only have 5 minutes left to decide. The other end of the line went dead silent. The only sound left was Liu Ruyan's rapid, heavy breathing. She gritted her teeth, forcing out every single syllable with absolute venom. Ji Boda, how dare you threaten me? Do you have any idea how important that bangle is to me? 4 minutes left. I couldn't even be bothered to let her finish, so I just cut her off. President Liu, if I were you, I wouldn't say another word. You know exactly what kind of guy the first I'm a certified psycho, after all. If my hand happens to slip, and this little thing ends up smashing into pieces. Through the phone, I could hear the rapid, frantic clicking of her high heels. She was trying so hard to suppress her rage, she didn't say a single word. 3 minutes later, ding. My phone chimed with a notification. 20 million had just hit my account. Liu Ruyan's voice came through again, cold and tight. Ji Boda, the money is there, now hand the jade over to the butler immediately. Because if you don't, when I get back. She didn't even get to finish her sentence. Oops. My hand slipped. The jade instantly plummeted to the floor. With a sharp, sickening crack, it shattered into a million pieces. Liu Ruyan clearly heard the sound of it smashing. The other end of the line fell into a dead, suffocating silence. I couldn't even hear her breathing anymore. A full 6 seconds dragged by, before Liu Ruyan let out an absolute, blood-curdling shriek. Ji Boda. I casually glanced down at the jade, now split into 3 neat chunks, and chuckled into the phone. Oh, my bad. So sorry about that, my hand just slipped. President Liu, you know how it is. As crazy people, we really don't handle threats very well. The second I hear a threat, my hands just start shaking like crazy. You are dead. Liu Ruyan's voice was literally trembling with absolute fury. Ji Boda, I am going to make you wish you were dead. I am going to wipe your entire Ji family off the face of High City. Before she could even finish, I just hung up the phone. The butler was standing off to the side, his face completely drained of color. His legs were practically giving out. Just 5 minutes after dealing with Liu Ruyan, a call from the original owner's father, Ji Yuanshan, came buzzing through. But I rejected it without a second thought. About half an hour later, Ji Yuanshan came storming into the Liu family mansion. The way he glared at me, you'd think I had murdered his parents. His eyes were bloodshot. Before he even reached me, his furious roar echoed through the hall. Ji Boda, do you have a death wish? How dare you smash Mother Liu's heirloom? You ungrateful bastard, are you trying to drag the whole Ji family down to the grave with you? I just sat there on the couch, taking my sweet time eating my post-dinner fruit. Right next to me was my trusty baseball bat. Keeping my voice completely flat, I casually tossed an orange at him. Mr. Ji, what's with all the hostility? Why don't you have an orange first and cool off a bit? Seeing something flying right at his face, Ji Yuanshan instinctively caught it. But once he realized it was just an orange, he got even more pissed. What did you just call me? Mr. Ji? I am your father. Ji Boda, what the hell are you trying to pull here? He grabbed the baseball bat, and with a deafening smash, I shattered a massive antique blue and white porcelain vase right next to me into absolute dust. The explosive crash made Ji Yuanshan flinch hard. The butler and the maids were so terrified they actually shrieked. Ji Yuanshan stared at the shattered porcelain scattered all over the floor. His hand was visibly shaking as he pointed a furious finger at me. Ji Boda, you've gone insane. I just narrowed my eyes at him. And smash, I shattered a second massive vase. Dragging the baseball bat by my side, I slowly walked toward Ji Yuanshan, step by step. I've gone insane? I let out a low chuckle. Mr. Ji, didn't you know I'm a diagnosed psychopath? Or do you need me to show you the medical records to prove it? Ji Yuanshan was so rattled he kept backing away, stumbling so hard he almost tripped over his own feet. You, stay the hell back. You just asked what I'm trying to do. I suddenly hoisted the baseball bat in my hand, and smashed it ruthlessly into the glass coffee table next to me. Crash. With a massive bang, the table shattered instantly, glass shards flying absolutely everywhere. I want to tear this whole damn villa down. I slammed the relationship severance agreement I'd prepared in advance right onto him. Mr. G, 20 million to buy out our father-son relationship. I can have everyone here testify as witnesses. Everything I, Ji Boda, have done here today, I take full responsibility for. It has absolutely nothing to do with you, or the Ji family. That way, maybe Liu Ruyan won't take her anger out on you. I'm only giving you 3 minutes to think about it. Otherwise, knowing Liu Ruyan's temper, once your precious Ji enterprise goes bankrupt, you're gonna lose a hell of a lot more than just this. After saying that, I didn't even wait for his answer. I gripped the bat and started smashing everything in sight. Fish tanks, the TV, crystal ornaments. I smashed them all into pieces. The bodyguards wanted to stop me, but they were too terrified to make a move. Only the butler recklessly rushed forward to grab me, his voice trembling. Practically crying. Sir, you can't do this. If the miss finds out and blames us. Get lost. I kicked him away, then shot a cold glare at Ji Yuanshan. Mr. Ji, if I hadn't married into the Liu family, do you really think you'd be raking in tens of millions in profit every single year? You'd better think this through very carefully. Don't be penny wise and pound foolish. Seeing me winding up the bat to smash something else, Ji Yuanshan's eyes filled with pure terror. He finally realized that this son of his had completely lost his mind. He frantically screamed. Stop, stop, stop. I'll transfer it to you right now. The bat froze in midair. I put on a wide, cheeky grin and looked at him. So, Mr. Ji finally gets it? Ji Yuanshan's face was livid. With trembling hands, he pulled out his phone, gritting his teeth in total silence. As I watched him process the transfer, I casually swung the bat a little, making sure to remind him. Make sure to add the note, voluntary gift. Ji Yuanshan shot me a deadly glare, but swallowed his rage and did exactly as told. 2 minutes later, a text alert chimed. 20 million, received. Ji Boda, you'd better remember what you said today. Every single thing you do has absolutely nothing to do with the Ji family. If you dare drag me down with you, I will never let you off the hook. Satisfied, I slipped my phone away, and tossed the severance agreement right back at him. Cut the crap and just sign it. Ji Yuanshan stared at the document, which already had my signature on it. Shaking, he scrawled his name on the line. The agreement was in duplicate. I carefully folded my copy away. Perfect. And now, Mr. Ji can get the hell out of here. Ji Yuanshan gave me one long, incredibly complicated look, before finally turning his back and walking away without a word. Once he was gone, I carelessly tossed the bat onto the floor and looked down at the butler, who was slumped in a terrified heap. Call Liu Ruyan. Tell her I don't like this furniture. Tell her I smashed it all, and she needs to replace it with something new. The old butler just sat paralyzed on the floor, his face deathly pale. His lips trembled violently, unable to form a single word. I let out a furious roar. Did you hear me? Why yes, I heard you. The butler jumped out of his skin, frantically scrambling to his feet. Trembling violently as he dialed the number. I just whistled a tune, casually making my way upstairs. The butler's stuttering voice drifted from behind. Miss. And from the other end of the line, Liu Ruyan's piercing, furious roar exploded. Ji Boda. You tell him to just wait. I am flying back to the country right this second. I am going to make him pay dearly. I went back to the master bedroom and tossed all of Ito's crap right out. Liu Ruyan really is head over heels for her precious first love. She even took the guest room for herself, just to give the huge master bedroom to that manipulative little bitch, Ito Makoto. That night, I was sleeping soundly in that bed. After spending the whole day joyriding in a brand new sports car and partying it up, Ito Makoto finally came back. Seeing me asleep in what used to be his bed, the guy absolutely blew a fuse. With Liu Ruyan not home, he completely dropped the innocent act. He violently ripped my blanket off and screamed in my face. Who the hell told you that you could sleep here? Get your ass back to your doghouse, right now. You're nothing but a pathetic dog to the Liu family. Do you seriously think you're Ruyan's actual husband? I just looked at him and burst out laughing. The nerve of this punk, trying to act tough in front of me? I had eaten well, rested well, and was full of energy. Seeing me laugh only pissed him off more. What the hell are you laughing at? You useless piece of trash, your own family despises you. And Ruyan doesn't even love you. What's the point of you even being alive? If I were you, I would have killed myself a long time ago. Seeing that I wasn't shattered and crying like I used to be. But instead laughing even harder, he completely lost his mind. Ah, you absolute fucking loser. What the hell is so funny? Let me tell you, you are dead meat. The butler told me that today, you not only smashed Aunt Lou's belongings, but you also trashed the guest room. Ruyan is already on her flight back. Let's see who can save your sorry ass this time. You worthless piece of shit, you really brought this on yourself. But, I guess it's pretty smart of you. Saves me the trouble of getting rid of you myself. Don't worry, once you're gone, I'll take incredibly good care of Ruyan for you. I swung my legs out of bed, staring at him with a wide grin. Are you done? What? Ito Makoto froze, completely caught off guard. He never expected me to react like this. The next second, I slapped him hard across the face. I put everything I had into that strike. The force sent him flying sideways, and with a huge crash, he slammed right into the doorframe of the walk-in closet. Clutching his rapidly swelling, bright red cheek, his mind went totally blank. He stared at me with wide, disbelieving eyes. Ji Boda, you actually dared to hit me? I sure did. What, do I need to check the calendar to find a good day to beat your ass? I charged right at him, raining down a brutal flurry of punches and kicks. Ah, stop it. Ito Makoto shrieked in absolute terror. Ji Boda, are you out of your fucking mind? You just wait, I'm telling Ruyan everything. Whimpering in pain, he managed to pull out his phone. Just as he unlocked the screen, I snatched it right out of his bloody hands. According to the original storyline, this Ito Makoto was no innocent little saint. During his years abroad, he was into some seriously twisted stuff. He was absolutely obsessed with wild, illicit hookups, and he made sure to record every single filthy detail. He kept them all for his own twisted entertainment. His phone was loaded with hundreds of these incredibly explicit videos. He opened his photo gallery, and sure enough, a massive wall of utterly repulsive thumbnails popped right up on the screen. Without hesitating, I forwarded every single one of them directly to my own phone. Ito Makoto finally realized what I was doing. He started thrashing around, screaming his head off. Give that back to me. Damn it, give me my fucking phone back, right now. Panic-stricken, Ito Makoto desperately tried to lunge for it, but I dodged him with ease. Wow, you've been eating pretty well overseas all these years, huh? I turned my phone screen to face him. Oh man, I wonder how Liu Ruyan would react if she saw all this. Ito Makoto's face drained of color, a flicker of genuine terror finally showing in his eyes. His voice trembled. Ah, what do you want? What do I want? I put my phone away and slapped him hard across the face. I want you out of my damn sight, obviously. Don't you ever show your fucking face around me again. Got it? Without waiting for an answer, I grabbed him by the collar and started dragging him out. Makoto was actually panicking now, his eyes wide with absolute dread. Ji Boda, what the hell are you doing? I'm warning you, don't think you can get away with this just because you're a psycho. Just let me go. Gradually, his voice cracked with a sob. I messed up. Boda, bro, you're like a real brother to me. I really know I screwed up now. Please, I'm begging you. Just delete the video. I'll do whatever you want. I didn't stop until I had dragged him right to the top of the stairs. Makoto, didn't you frame me last time? Said I pushed you down the stairs? Well, this time, I'll make it a reality. The moment the words left my mouth, Makoto's face went completely ashen. No, please, don't. He clung to the stair railing for dear life, his voice shaking violently. Ji Boda, I was wrong, I really messed up. Oh, really? Only figuring that out now? I let out a cold laugh. Too late. I brutally pried his fingers off the handrail one by one. I stared at his terrified face, not feeling a single ounce of pity. A two-faced little snake like him needed to learn exactly what it felt like to be bullied. Ji Boda, Ruyan won't let you get away with this. Let her try. With one swift kick, I sent him tumbling down. Makoto's piercing, miserable screams echoed throughout the entire mansion, followed by a sickening thud. He hit the floor hard and lay perfectly still. I'm giving you 3 seconds to get the hell out of here. Or you're gonna face the consequences. Makoto, who had been playing dead, didn't dare keep up the act. He scrambled to his feet in a blind panic. He stumbled and crawled his way right out the front door. The mansion staff, watching this whole scene unfold, looked like they had just seen a ghost. I barked at them. What are you all staring at? Get back to work. The gawking servants jumped out of their skins and scattered instantly, disappearing without a trace. The next morning, I was downstairs eating breakfast when our beloved female lead, Liu Ruyan, finally came storming back. She shoved the front doors wide open, with 7 or 8 bodyguards rushing in right behind her. They immediately lined up in 2 neat rows. Ruyan's face was dark, her eyes glaring daggers at me like she wanted to eat me alive. I just took a slow sip of my milk, not even batting an eye. Quite the grand entrance, Miss Liu. I dabbed the corner of my mouth with a napkin. Only then did I bother looking up at her. Have you had breakfast yet? If not, care to join me? Ruyan was absolutely fuming, her full chest heaving heavily with every breath. Quite a distracting sight for so early in the morning. She stomped over in her high heels and swiped the breakfast right off the table. Her sharp eyes glared daggers at me. Ji Boda. You've got some serious nerve. Where is Ito Makoto? I paused for a second. Looks like Ito Makoto was too guilty. After I kicked him out, he didn't even dare tell Liu Ruyan where he went. I slowly stood up and adjusted my collar. How the hell would I know where your little toy boy went? For all I know, he took your money and is out living it up somewhere. You're lying. Liu Ruyan was livid, her face turning pale with rage as she gritted her teeth. And how dare you smash my mother's belongings? Do you really think just because you're my husband, and you have my dad backing you up, that I wouldn't dare touch you? I will absolutely destroy you today. Liu Ruyan raised her hand, aiming a sharp slap right at my face. But I was a hardened mercenary before I transmigrated. As if I'd let her land a hit. She really thought I was some pathetic, wimpy husband from a soap opera. I swung back and slapped her hard. I struck second but hit first. Smack. She was sent flying straight to the ground. Liu Ruyan clutched her cheek, completely dazed. She never in a million years expected that the man who had been licking her boots and catering to her every whim for the last 3 years would actually lay a hand on her. The spineless, live-in husband who used to tremble if she so much as furrowed a brow dared to treat her like this? Liu Ruyan had always gotten exactly what she wanted since she was a little girl. Even her parents had never hit her, and now, she got slapped by the pathetic simp she despised so much. Her face twisted in pure humiliation. She whipped her head around and screamed at her bodyguards. Get him, chop off his damn hand. 7 or 8 bodyguards swarmed me instantly. I just smirked, and instead of stepping back, I lunged forward. I drove my fist right into the face of the guy in front. His nose caved in with a sickening crunch, blood spraying everywhere. I ducked a wild swing from the next guy, my right hand locking onto his wrist like a vice. Using his own momentum, I gave a vicious twist. Crack, his arm snapped right out of its socket. A brutal roundhouse kick to the third guy's shin, and he went down with a muffled groan. Every single strike hit a vital spot. I aimed strictly for maximum pain. One move was all it took to put each of them down. I grabbed the final bodyguard and flipped him over my shoulder, launching him into the air before he crashed heavily into the new coffee table. Smash. The glass shattered into a million pieces. In just 2 short minutes, the fight was over. The bodyguards writhed on the floor, groaning in agony. The whole living room was a total wreck. Everyone was absolutely stunned. No one could believe that the worthless, live-in loser they all looked down on actually had this kind of terrifying strength. Liu Ruyan looked like she had just seen a ghost. She stared at me in pure, unadulterated terror. I casually picked up a fruit knife from the counter. The ultimate legendary weapon of every romance novel. Once unsheathed, it ignores all defenses, and absolutely no one can dodge it. Liu Ruyan froze in panic, frantically backing away. Wah, what are you doing? I'm warning you, calm down, don't you dare come any closer. Let go of me. I grabbed her by the hair, dragging her kicking and screaming over to the couch. I sat down on the sofa, lazily tapping the flat of the knife against her cheek. Liu Ruyan, did you know that insane people don't go to jail for murder? Tell me, if I were to just end you right now, and burn this whole place to the ground, wouldn't that be fun? Liu Ruyan stared at my unhinged, psychotic smile, her pupils shrinking in absolute horror. Now she was truly terrified, her entire body shaking like a leaf. Ji Boda, I was wrong. I know I messed up. I really do. Just calm down. Please, just calm down. Don't do anything crazy. I glared at her with a mocking sneer, lightly tapping her cheek with the flat of the fruit knife. Oh, then why don't you tell me exactly how you messed up? Liu Ruyan was trembling uncontrollably, tears streaming down her face. I shouldn't have let Makoto Ito move in. I shouldn't have forced you to sign that settlement after he ran you over. I shouldn't have locked you in the basement. And what else? I kept tracing the cold edge of the fruit knife against her soft cheek. I shouldn't have given you the silent treatment, and I definitely shouldn't have looked down on you. Her voice broke into a sob. Ji Boda, please, for the sake of our 3 years of marriage, just let me go. I let out a cold, bitter laugh. For the sake of our marriage? Liu Ruyan. Since when have you ever treated me like a husband? Did you forget that if I hadn't saved your life back then, you'd already be dead? I slapped her hard across the face. You fucking knew that Makoto Ito ran me over on purpose. And you still had the nerve to say I stood in the road just to get hit and frame him? I delivered another vicious slap to the other side of her face. Didn't I tell you that I never pushed him? That he threw himself down the stairs just to set me up? I pointed furiously at the security camera in the stairwell, my voice turning to ice. There's a massive camera right freaking there. But you didn't even bother to check it before locking me in that basement, did you? And now you want to talk to me about the sake of our marriage? Liu Ruyan guiltily turned her head away. She bit her lip, staying completely silent. Fine, alright, you still believe that manipulative piece of trash, don't you? Take a good look for yourself. And see exactly what kind of scum he really is. I pulled up the saved security footage of his pathetic setup. Along with some utterly disgusting, explicit videos he filmed while overseas, and shoved the screen in her face. At first, Liu Ruyan stubbornly kept her head turned away. But the moment I hit play on the first video, her eyes were uncontrollably drawn to the screen. The entire process of Makoto Ito faking his fall to frame me was recorded in crystal clear detail. His acting was so incredibly clumsy and exaggerated, making him look absolutely ridiculous. No. He's not that kind of person. Why would he lie to me? Liu Ruyan muttered to herself, all the color draining from her face. Oh, don't rush, the best part is yet to come. With a cruel smirk, I tapped on the next video. As the vile, obscene footage started playing, Liu Ruyan's eyes widened in sheer horror. Her eyes were filled with absolute disbelief. No, this is impossible. This isn't real. She glared at me with desperate intensity. Trembling, she stammered, why you forged these videos? You faked them, didn't you? I grew up with Makoto. There's no way this is him. I stared at her, my gaze freezing over. Faked? Liu Ruyan, do you have any idea why you haven't been able to reach Makoto Ito lately? It's because I sent these videos directly to myself from his own phone. He knows he's been completely exposed. He's too much of a coward to even face you now. It was as if all the strength had been completely drained from Liu Ruyan's body. She collapsed to the floor in an instant. She just couldn't bring herself to accept it. The pure, idealized first love she had cherished so deeply, was actually a disgusting piece of trash? No, it can't be. Makoto is so pure and kind-hearted. How could he possibly be someone like this? As if remembering something crucial, I suddenly spoke up. Oh, by the way, I knew you wouldn't believe me. So right before you walked through that door, I went ahead and forwarded these videos to your own assistant to get them professionally verified. If nothing goes wrong, the test results should be on your phone right about now. Your assistant is your most trusted right-hand woman. Don't tell me you don't even believe her? Liu Ruyan frantically pulled out her phone. When she saw the DNA results her assistant had sent 5 minutes ago, she froze, standing there completely paralyzed like she'd been struck by lightning. In that split second, her entire belief system seemed to completely shatter into pieces. She just couldn't accept this harsh reality. Tears streamed down her face, entirely out of control. Right at that moment, the butler came rushing in, his voice trembling and choked with sobs. Miss, Nanny Wu just called from the hospital. The master, he passed away. And his dying wish is that you absolutely must consummate your marriage with your husband before your birthday. The phone slipped right out of Liu Ruyan's hand, hitting the floor with a loud crack and completely shattering the screen. She let out a gut-wrenching, agonizing wail. After that, Liu Ruyan was swamped. She was constantly busy handling the old master's funeral and sorting out his massive estate inheritance. Because the old master had her so late in life. This funeral was exceptionally grand. On the day he was laid to rest, the sky was completely suffocated by heavy, dark clouds. A cold drizzle was falling. I stood there in a sharp black suit, holding up a black umbrella. And finally placed down a bouquet of white chrysanthemums. Rest in peace, old master. Just leave your Liu Group to me from now on. And as for Ruyan. Liu Ruyan leaned heavily on my arm as we slowly walked out of the cemetery. The old butler hurried over and lowered his voice. Miss, we've located Ito Makoto. How do you want us to handle him? Liu Ruyan's eyes instantly went ice cold. Drag him back to the basement. I'll be right there. The old butler nodded and rushed off to make it happen. Down in the dark, damp basement, Ito Makoto was pinned down, his arms twisted forcefully behind his back by the bodyguards. The second he saw Liu Ruyan, he instantly put on that pitiful, innocent little act again, dropping to his knees with a heavy thud. Ruyan, what are you doing? Please, tell them to let me go. Did Ji Boda show you those videos? Ruyan, they're fake. He completely forged them. You absolutely cannot believe him. Liu Ruyan slapped him viciously across the face. Her eyes were dead, completely stripped of any warmth. Fake? Ito Makoto, you're still trying to play me even now? She slammed a thick stack of documents right into his face. The pure fury in her eyes looked ready to burn him alive. Did you honestly think I sat around doing absolutely nothing these past few days? Take a real good look at those papers. Not only have you been living a filthy, chaotic double life all these years, but you're drowning in massive gambling debts. Did you really think I was that stupid? Ito Makoto's hands were violently shaking as he gathered up the scattered pages. His face was as pale as a ghost. Ruyan, please, just listen to me. He scrambled over in a desperate panic, trying to grab the hem of her skirt. But she kicked him away in sheer disgust. Listen to you, Ito Makoto, I stayed completely faithful to you for 3 entire years. And you swore up and down that you were doing exactly the same. You absolutely sicken me. The second you came back, you purposely crashed your car into Ji Boda? You threw yourself down the stairs just to frame him? Fine, I could honestly let all of that slide, but I will never, ever let you lie to me and betray me. For years, your pathetic Ito family has only survived because my family has been financially carrying you on our backs. Every single dime you spent living it up overseas, that was all my money. And you used my money to go hook up with all those dirty side pieces? Ito Makoto, how the hell could you? Liu Ruyan slowly reached out, and grabbed a baseball bat from the bodyguard's hands. Now Makoto Ito was truly panicking. He stared in absolute terror at the baseball bat in Liu Ruyan's hands. Trembling uncontrollably. Sister Ruyan, I was wrong. I'll never dare to cross you again. Please, just calm down. Ah, no, don't. The very next second, Liu Ruyan hardened her heart. She raised the baseball bat and smashed it ruthlessly into Makoto Ito's right leg. With a sickening crack, Makoto Ito's right leg twisted and completely deformed. As if that wasn't enough, she drove the heel of her stiletto viciously into his palm, grinding it down. In an instant, his hand became a mangled mess of flesh and blood. Makoto Ito let out a blood-curdling, agonizing scream. Liu Ruyan's eyes were filled with nothing but cold, ruthless malice. Makoto Ito, you brought every bit of this upon yourself. Butler, since Makoto Ito is so fond of black people, just ship him off to Africa. Consider it doing a favor for the sisters over there. Right away, my lady. The butler acknowledged the order, taking the bodyguards with him to forcefully drag Makoto Ito away. Enduring the excruciating pain, Makoto Ito begged incessantly, his tears and snot dripping all over the floor. Sister Ruyan, I was wrong. Please, I'm begging you, let me go. I'll never dare to do it again. His voice slowly faded into the distance. It looked like this bastard wouldn't be seeing this green tea bitch ever again. A week later, it was Liu Ruyan's birthday. Old Master Liu had only recently been buried, so she didn't throw a huge party. She only invited a few of her closest girlfriends over. They wrapped things up early. Doing the math, Liu Ruyan only had a single hour left to live. I lay in bed, keeping a close ear on the noises outside my door. Sure enough, right at midnight, Liu Ruyan knocked weakly and pushed my door open. Hubby, save me, Ji Boda. It turns out everything my father said was true. Please, you have to save me. I opened the door completely, standing at the threshold, looking coldly at Liu Ruyan as she collapsed weakly onto the floor. She was bleeding from all 7 orifices, her face deathly pale, her eyes filled with desperate pleading. My heart didn't waver in the slightest. In the original book, the previous owner of this body had been locked up in the basement this whole time. Forced to eat slop worse than dog food. But when Liu Ruyan's illness finally flared up, that was when she suddenly realized everything her father had said was true. And she had begged the original owner to save her, exactly like this. The original owner was too kind-hearted. At the very last moment, he slept with Liu Ruyan and pulled her back from the brink of death. But the next morning, Makoto Ito accidentally stumbled upon the scene of the two of them sharing a bed. He suffered a complete emotional breakdown, throwing a massive tantrum and threatening to kill himself. So Liu Ruyan pushed all the blame onto the original owner, claiming he had taken advantage of her in a moment of weakness. She called him utterly vicious. Just to win back the affections of her little toy boy, she had the original owner dragged back down into the basement and tortured him to death. While Liu Ruyan and Makoto Ito went on to live happily ever after. A woman with a venomous snake for a heart like her, and she actually expects me to save her? At the thought of this, the corners of my mouth curled up slightly. Liu Ruyan, it's the 21st century now. How can you still believe in this feudal superstition? We need to trust in science. Liu Ruyan wailed in agony on the floor, fresh blood constantly seeping from her face. Trembling, she reached out and grabbed my pant leg in a death grip. No, it's not a superstition. I was wrong. I crouched down and gently patted her cheek. Liu Ruyan, even though you're beautiful, looking like a literal demon right now, I really just can't bring myself to do it. I yanked my hand back in utter disgust, wiping it over and over again on her pure white nightgown. Tell you what, how about you get on your knees and beg me? Maybe then I'll think about it? Enduring the agonizing pain, Liu Ruyan dragged herself up onto her knees, kowtowing relentlessly. I was wrong, hubby. Please, I'm begging you, save me, please sleep with me. Her entire face twisted, making her look absolutely deranged. I can give you whatever you want. I stood up, towering over her, watching coldly as she pleaded. Liu Ruyan, if you die, as your lawful husband, wouldn't I legally inherit all of this? Liu Ruyan's pupils shrank in terror. She finally realized that I couldn't care less whether she lived or died. She completely lost her mind. Ji Boda, you planned this all along? Ji Boda, you love me so much. How could you just let me die? Ah. Damn it, Ji Boda, you're a monster. I watched her go completely mad, watching her roll on the floor in pure agony. Liu Ruyan, I stopped loving you a long time ago. This ultimate move straight out of a romance novel really does deal massive damage. Liu Ruyan completely broke down, screaming at the top of her lungs, impossible. How could you not love me? You were always so good to me. You're nothing but my devoted simp. How could you not love me? Ah, the massive commotion drew in the butler and the servants. I frantically yelled at them, hurry. Call an ambulance right now. By the time the ambulance took Liu Ruyan away, she had already fallen into a deep coma. The hospital tried to save her all night, but in the end, they just couldn't bring her back. I played the part of the heartbroken widower perfectly. At her funeral, I cried so hard I passed out multiple times. Everyone shed tears at my profound devotion. One by one, they urged me to suppress my grief. They insisted I had to pull myself together. After all, the massive Liu Group was still waiting for me to manage it. Hearing those words, I almost burst out laughing. This unimaginable wealth is finally mine. Rest in peace, my dearest ex-wife.